Kokomi isn't supposed to crit. That's the entire gimmick. But why let a silly gimmick stop you from building your own crit komi? Starting with weapons, your best in slot option is the Battle Pass Sacrificial Jade, since it gives crit rate and some HP. But pretty much any crit rate weapon will do. If you don't have any crit rate weapons, HP is your next best option. For artifacts, we could just put the best crit rate pieces that we have and it should work, but there are a few sets that buff crit rate. First, the Marachose's Hunter can give us a max of 36% crit rate when the user's HP changes, but this set can only really be used reliably if you have Farina on the team. A full set of Knights of the Sky's Unveiling can give us 30% crit rate, but you do have to run a team with at least 2 Nocry characters. Since Kokomi is a Hydro character, she can also be in a freeze team, which means she can also use the Blizzard Strayer set, which gives us up to 40% crit rate. No matter which set you pick, you will likely want a crit rate circlet and HP as the main stat on your other pieces. Substats should focus on crit stats, HP, and ER. With this build, I have a whopping 1.8% crit rate and 109 crit damage with 39k HP, making this a crit komi, but we can get even more crit. There are a few characters that can buff crit rate, with Rosaria, Geo Traveler, and Hu Tao all giving crit rate as part of their kits. But since I'm using the Blizzard Strayer sets, I'm only going to be using Rosaria. We can also use another Cryo character to get another 15% from Cryo Resonance, and the final spot can be another Cryo character or a Hydro character, which will give us Hydro Resonance, and we'll get even more HP. In theory, with all the buffs active, we are looking at 68 crit rate. Now, we just need to test it on something that's kind of bulky, but can be frozen. Perfect. With this build, our crit komi hit for 11k charge attacks, which is hardly impressive. But this isn't about having the best Kokomi.